when you get these root words, you'll be able to carry them over to other words. And the word hupo, or rather you want to say hupa, it means to get under. See, submitting to authority means to get to voluntarily get under the authority of another person. To voluntarily get under the authority of another person. Because you know, some of us, we think we all that. But can you get under the authority of another person? See? Oh, y'all trying to get me out of there. You know, Genesis 12. And God blessed. That word blessed means what? To what? Come on. Go let me down. Sunday evenings. The word blessed means what?
Happy.
To kneel. Does it mean to kneel?
To yield.
To kneel.
To kneel, submit, surrender.
Look at it. Go down. Y'all got the electric devices. I don't need that right now.
Is this the place on the
Genesis 12.
to suggest? Genesis 12?
What does it say? To bless. Huh? Is that what it's saying? What? Use your outside voice.
Kneel down.
To what? To kneel. To kneel.
Genesis 12, sir?
You don't have to turn it out. Just listen. Just listen. Go home and do the research. It means to kneel. Okay? So what is that telling me? No. Yeshua.
Right.
Our God. Our Elohim. Our Elohim is a kneeling God. Are y'all hear what I'm saying? See, as kings and priests, you go before a king and you kneel. Oh, y'all hear what I'm saying? But this is love. He's kneeling. Can you picture that? Huh? What did he do when he washed the disciples' feet? Yeah. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Y'all want to be great. Y'all want somebody to wash your feet. Can you kneel? Can you kneel? Ephesians 5:1. You be imitators of Christ. Are you ministering to the homeless? That's rhetorical. That's rhetorical. You ain't got to answer that. Come on. We want to stop glossing over Scripture and peel the cover back and deal with it. Because it's a mirror. You know what I'm saying? So, hupo means, hupo means to get under. Antithemy means to place and lay a foundation. If you want to be a good minister, I need you to hupotithemy the brethren. I need you to get under them and build and lay a foundation. So that when they go out in the ministry, they will have a foundation of sound doctrine, and they won't be out there saying everything we are really saying. It'll be the plenary inspiration of Elohim. They'll be rightly dividing because they've been studying. So now, it means to crawl under the brethren and build a foundation. Paul is saying to Timothy, if you want to be a good minister, here the Apostle Paul gives our assignment. Our assignment is to crawl under people and lay a foundation under their lives. You know what I'm saying? That means spending some time with some people. You know, you ain't all that. Okay. And you're making a deposit. You're duplicating yourself. You're crawling under laying a foundation. Now, normally when you're building a house, what do you build first?
Foundation.
Huh? a foundation, then you build upon, on the top of that foundation, right?
Yeah.
That's true, but in the house of Elohim,
Come on.
most people do not have a foundation. They don't have a foundation. This is why our philosophy and mission is to teach you blood covenant, to teach you the tabernacle, to teach you about the feast, to build a foundation, teach you about righteousness, so every time you mess up, you won't be on a guilt trip and condemning yourself.
Right.
Because you have the theology of righteousness and justification and sanctification. Having a good understanding of all those theological subject matters. You know what I'm saying? Building a foundation, because the average person cannot intelligently articulate salvation.
Come on.
We get salvation all twisted up with saved. And let me move on. Now, our responsibility is to hupo, come underneath the brethren and intimidate them. Build a foundation. Are y'all getting this so far?
Yeah.
Now, this word, put them in remembrance, which in other translations you'll see other words, but it's a present tense verb. What are you talking about? See, in English you only have 3 verbs, past, present, future. But in Greek you got 7. Not that you're going to run across all 7, but there are about 2 or 3 you want to be acquainted with. And this particular verb, because see, when you read these words, you need to know whether it's a verb or noun or adjective. Okay? But this particular verb is a present tense verb, meaning the action has happened and it's repeatedly and continuously happening. Like the blood of Yeshua in the scriptures, in certain scriptures. He has cleansed us. See, that's a present tense verb, meaning that there's an action taking place, but it's continually, repeatedly happening. Are y'all following it?
Yeah.
It's important. You got to look at the words and find out whether they are perfect tense or imperfect tense. To find out who's doing the action and is the action continually going on. Okay? All right. That's part of the lesson, but we didn't get to it, but it'll be something like this. The tense is explained in basic meaning of each Greek tense. So you got the present tense, you got the aorist tense, and so there are different tenses. Imperfect tense, so that's not the whole lesson. But this particular word means this is a continuous action of basically what we're doing on first and third Saturday. Repeatedly building a foundation. All right? Now, it says you'll be a good minister. So if you be a good minister, you know the flip side of that. And then they say you'll be a good minister like Yeshua Mashiach.
Right.
And I gave you an example in Matthew 20 through 28, and also in Mark 10, 35. All right, who laid down his life. All right. Now, so this minister here is diakonos.
Yeah.
Diakonos. And that's Diakonos. And that's G1249. A good minister like Yeshua. And that word minister, that means one who executes the commands of another. One who runs errands. An attendant. A waiter. So I want to just talk about three types of definitions of minister. So we'll look at the word minister and we'll try to make that same definition moved to every one of those scriptures. But the one here in 1 Timothy 4 and 6 is diakonos. All right? Everybody got that?
Yeah.
So are you that kind of minister?
Who executes command of another, meaning you're executing the word.
No?
You're executing the command of whoever is above you.
Yes.
Okay.
See, when it says study to show yourself approved, the word that's diligent, spadazo, meaning be diligent to, it means speed, it means haste. It carries the idea of a waiter. You ever had a good waiter or waitress come to your table who's moving with haste, and they are excellent, and they're bringing you the things you need without you having to ask, and they're checking up on you. So they have been trained to perfect that area, and they are actually carrying out the command of another person. You ever had a good waiter that you can tell them everything you want, and it's about 10 things, and they don't have to write nothing? And you sit there, I say, I just dare you bring it back wrong.
And know your name.
Okay, all right, so this is the first one, diakonos, okay, a diakonos. Okay, the next one I want you to look at, just 3. The third one is in 1 Corinthians 4 and 1. I just want to look at these 3 definitions, and I'll be out of your way. Where are we going?
1 Corinthians 4:1.
4 and 1. It's, see how we can hear different things? And
Together.
1 Corinthians 4 and 1. Now, I just want to show you 3 definitions of the word minister. Are we there?
Yeah.
Okay, what does it say? What does it say?
Scholar Joseph, let a man so account for us as of the ministers of Christ and stewards of the mysteries of Elohim.
Okay, read again. Use the outside voice.
Let a man so account of us as of the ministers of Mashiach and stewards
Okay.
of the mysteries of Elohim.
Now, is that you? Because you want to be able to read the scripture and find yourself. Yeshua opened the scroll and find out where it was written about him. Okay, so we're in 1 Corinthians. Where are we? 1 Corinthians 4 and 1. Okay, and you want to review this now. I'm not going to be able to cover everything. All right, I got about 5 more minutes. So this particular word here is huperetes. 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 I don't want to go to that one yet.
That's number 2.
That's number 3.
Oh, that's number 3.
I won't go to that one last. Let's go to number 2. Number 2 is doulos. And this is the one that Scholar Joseph mentioned. It means to be a slave. Doulos, D-U-L-O-S. Are y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Where's that found? Now, number 2 is, as I say, there are 3 words for minister. Number 2 is doulos. Okay? Apostle Paul, Apostle Peter, James, and Jude. Those are bad boys. I'm saying them again. Those are bad boys. You need to read what they said. Apostle Paul, Peter, James, the brother of Yeshua. You really want to find out what He said. And Jude. How many chapters in the book of Jude?
One.
Okay, I'm just testing. Just checking. Listen, they all used the terminology, they were slaves. Can we say that? Look at the Revelation, the first chapter. I mean, not Revelation. Jude, the book of Jude. Jude. I mean, what do I mean? What do I mean? Jude. What did Jude say? Is the word slave there? Okay. And bond servant there is what? Slave. And, okay. Is it doulos?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're just checking.
It's Jude.
Okay. So listen. Doulos means a servant or slave. It's one who has totally swallowed up his will, swallowed up in the will of another person.
Swallowed up his will in the will of another person.
Yeah. More or less, it's not about me.
And this,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
this is not just talking about, this is talking about a lifestyle, not
Exactly.
just in the church.
Not just on Sunday.
Just not on Sunday.
If you
not
call
just-
you in the middle of the week.
And not just to one person. This is a lifestyle of him undergirding and actually being slave-minded to everyone he comes in contact with.